Why was Ripple Labs sued? If the SEC prevails, XRP, the native cryptocurrency of the Ripple blockchain, will be classified as a security rather than a currency in the United States. This could set a legal precedent for similar cryptos to be classified as securities as well. As a result, the case against Ripple is critical for all stakeholders in the crypto space, including investors, blockchain innovators, and lawmakers around the world. How did Ripple respond? Will Ripple win against the SEC? Besides, if they will, what are the reasons? And finally, what are the XRP Lawyers' expectations? If you're interested in knowing why XRP will reach $10, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on December 15th. Ripple Labs sold XRP tokens to raise $1.3 billion between 2013 and 2020. When the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs near the end of 2020, there were no indications that Ripple was being watched. Ripple was already trading on over 200 exchanges at the time. The SEC, on the other hand, believed Larson and Garlinghouse raised capital illegally because XRP was not a registered security but was offered to investors all over the world. The SEC also claimed that Ripple Labs used market services for non-cash transactions in exchange for XRP in order to push their token sales. According to the complaint, Larson and Garlinghouse effected personal unregistered XRP sales totaling approximately $600 million in addition to structuring and promoting the XRP sales used to finance the company's business. According to the SEC website, the complaint alleges that the defendants failed to register their offers and sales of XRP or satisfy any exemption from registration, in violation of the registration provisions of the federal securities laws. Ripple Labs did not respond to the SEC for 39 days. However, the blockchain firm quickly took to Twitter to clarify its position, clean up its image, and maintain investor trust. Garlinghouse declared that the SEC's fight was against the entire blockchain industry, not just Ripple. He went on to say that Ripple was handpicked for direct scrutiny and that the SEC should not be able to cherry-pick what innovation looks like, especially when their decision benefits China. Garlinghouse also published a blog on the same day as the Twitter response. He went on to explain how Ripple Labs collaborated with the SEC to avoid regulatory violations. He even explained to Ripple Labs employees that XRP was not an investment vehicle and that token holders had no claim to the company's profits. If they wanted to become shareholders, they would have to buy stock in the company rather than the XRP token. This establishes a disastrous industry-wide precedent for any company working with a digital asset. This allegation, combined with the SEC's Good Housekeeping seal of approval bestowed on Ethereum and Bitcoin only, directly benefiting China, creates an unfair advantage for companies in the US and significantly benefits Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's simply incredible that the SEC, a US regulator, is in the business of picking winners in this industry, or really any industry, and disadvantage companies in the US, the blog declared. More importantly, Garlinghouse asserted confidently, "We will not only be on the right side of the law, but we will be on the right side of history." The Ripple CEO also stated that at the time, US investors accounted for only 5% of Ripple's market capitalization, implying that their influence on the market and regulatory watchdogs would be negligible. Ripple officially filed its response in a 93-page long document that cited 4 counters, as quoted below, following the verbal conflict on social media and several clarifications in the form of blog posts and tweets. 1. XRP does not qualify as an investment contract, because Ripple Labs never entered into one with its investors to begin with. Furthermore, because XRP is a virtual asset, it is not subject to the jurisdiction of the Securities and Exchange Commission. 2. The SEC is out of step domestically and globally, because no regulator ever mentioned that a virtual currency like XRP must be registered as a security prior to the complaint, thereby failing to provide legal clarity. 3. The SEC picks winners and losers, as the SEC stated that sales of Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities transactions, implying that XRP cannot be discriminated against. 4. The SEC distorted the facts by interpreting and presenting statements out of context. Garlinghouse stated that he would prove the SEC's allegations false in due course. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Both the SEC and Ripple Labs have filed motions for summary judgment. Many business leaders are attempting to participate in the key litigation between the SEC and Ripple, which is becoming increasingly heated. People following the Ripple case anticipate that the summary judgment decisions will take longer than expected. However, an XRP investor's lawyer has clarified the situation. The Securities and Exchange Commission's investigation into Ripple is coming to an end. The latest development in the proceedings involves the removal of nearly 13 documents from public view. The SEC has filed a motion to prevent public access to documents requested by Ripple. The XRP Army, a group of XRP supporters and proponents, has discovered one of the 13 entries in the case that qualify as internal SEC documents. A speech draft by William Hinman, former SEC Director of Corporation Finance, is included as an attachment in an email sent to SEC officials for review and comment. Hinman's speech was compiled from a variety of people's perspectives. Hinman's speech is considered critical to the case's outcome because he stated in June 2018 that Ethereum is not a security. Hinman claimed at the time that he had warned Ripple about XRP and advised the company to halt sales. On the contrary, when asked about Hinman's statement, current SEC Chair Gary Gensler refused to comment. With the ongoing investigation of Coinbase, the world's second-largest cryptocurrency exchange, and the firm behind XRP, the world's sixth-largest cryptocurrency, the XRP Army wonders why the SEC picks winners and losers in the industry. John Deaton, the founder of Crypto Law US and an XRP supporter, believes Ripple will win based on its current defense. With the SEC investigating XRP's largest public holder, institutional investors have not made significant moves in the altcoin since December 2020. It is worth noting, however, that the number of active XRP wallet addresses has increased by more than 200% in the last 3 months. Despite recent delistings on several spot exchanges, retail traders are adopting XRP, which bodes well for the long-term price of XRP. Other news that needs to be pointed out: XRP lawyers expect early ruling in XRP court update. The XRP community anticipates that a decision on the SEC and Ripple summary judgment requests will be available by December 18, 2022. However, given the circumstances, they believe it will take much longer. The XRP coin is gaining traction as the SEC Ripple legal battle approaches, and investors appear to be bracing for a bullish trend. The final verdict in this closely watched case has yet to be announced. However, the decision is critical because it will reveal how US regulators view innovation and blockchain technology. If the SEC wins, it will numb the emotions of all crypto protagonists and spark a decline in interest in the technological development of cryptosystems. However, if the court rules in favor of Ripple Labs, less stringent regulations may apply. Furthermore, technical innovation and blockchain development would be free to continue. It could also imply that other countries will follow suit and take steps to advance the underlying technology. So we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.